Good vibes, face turquoise drinking coffee.
What's good?
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
Doctor, are you familiar with the Spear of Perseus?
Hunter, please, I'm getting a bit old for children's fables, don't you think?
Okay, so it is just a story? The spear isn't a real magical artifact?
No, far from it. In fact, the Spear of Perseus is really a misnomer.
What do you mean?
Well, the Spear of Perseus isn't a physical blade, it's a military tactic. Perseus used to arrange his soldiers into a spear-like formation on the battlefield. That ridiculous legend about a supernatural weapon came centuries later.
I see. I just talked to Eddie, and he is convinced the spear is real. He hopes to hunt it down to use it against Mephisto.
Oh, by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I hope he enjoys chasing wild geese, because that is what he is about to do.
Doctor, knowing Eddie, I worry he might find something that he believes is actually magical.
Whatever he finds is all but guaranteed to be a chintzy replica, likely ripped from a museum gift shop.
I am sure Mephisto will enjoy using it as a back-scratcher.
Indeed. Let's hope Eddie gets bored with this tale before that happens.
Bunazua.
About to make a protein shake if anybody wants one.
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
There you are, Hunter. Please join me when you have a moment. I insist.
What do you think of Logan?
It's good to have him here again. He's always been a trusted friend.
Well, at least there is one person in this abbey you trust.
Ah, you must be referring to me keeping you in the dark about Blaze holding the parchment of power.
I am.
And you think that means I don't trust you?
Withholding that kind of information from me does give that impression.
I see how you could take it that way. Logan kept a secret for Agatha and I, and it saved our lives. It must have been, what, 1985? 84? I remember because Agatha crimped her hair and shoulder pads had cast some strange spell over my wardrobe. We looked quite ridiculous, but we were happy. Well, happy until a rather disturbed coven of witches by the name of the Salem Seven invaded our home.
Did your enchanted shoulder pads at least offer you some protection?
Oh, I wish. Funny I can laugh about it now. At the time, it was so tragic. See, the Salem Seven were Agatha's grandchildren by her son, Nicholas Scratch.
They tried to kidnap their grandmother?
They felt she had betrayed which kind by choosing to live among humans, and came to drag her back to New Salem by force. Logan was staying with us when they invaded our home. He hid us in a secret passage and refused to tell them where we were. He kept our secret and fought them off long enough for Agatha to invoke a banishing spell. Without him, they would have surely kidnapped her. Or maybe worse.
And I thought my issues with my mother were bad.
Yes, indeed. It seems like most of us here have dysfunctional relationships with our families, at best.
I am beginning to think it may be a prerequisite for becoming a hero.
Speaking of dysfunctional dynamics, I do trust you, you know, even though I don't always show it.
I know.
Even though you don't always show it?
Something like that.
Common ground? Who would have thought?
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
Let's touch base.
I just hope this is what you were expecting, Hunter.
Give me a sec. Okay, what's up? This should be interesting. Sometimes, I even impress myself. I'm here if you need me.
in the hell are you, Blaze?
This is definitely the coziest war room I've ever been in. Quiet, too. Things are looking up around here.
I have managed to locate a few details.
Hello.
Lovely, dear. You're a natural. That was expertly done, Hunter.
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
Well, hello there. Thanks, Hunter.
Think Dr. Strange knows Merlin? Back again.
New and improved.
You know I know magic, right? Ooh, now I see what I'll do.
Do your thing.
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
Show them what happens when you mess with the Midnight Suns.
Should be quick.
Quick bite! Generous! It's time!
Good one. This usually works.
No pain will shake our loyalty.
I am impressed.
Prepare to die! We have so much power! Finally!
You have earned this. You were too weak for this fight.
Ready!
I doubt they'll take that beating to heart, but we can always hope.
Hey, boss. Could use some help. What's up, Big H? Shop class is supposed to meet tonight.
So, just the two of us?
Actually, when I asked Parker, he mentioned you stopped by. Said he could convince Robbie if I could get you to show.
Two questions. Should I bring popcorn, and have you prepared a list of snarky zingers?
No, God, no. That's not what this is about. I have to fix this.
We should not keep them waiting.
Time to face the music.
So, what did you want?
A do-over? And to apologize for the last time.
It's a nice sentiment, but a do-over doesn't have much appeal for either of us.
Yeah, I don't understand why we should keep giving you chances.
You shouldn't. Not if you don't want to. But hear me out, okay? I've been the person in charge for years. When I'm stressed, I can steamroll people who never expected it, and certainly don't deserve it.
That's what assholes say. To justify their behavior so they can keep being assholes.
Half of the Avengers agree with you. Look, nothing I did was justified. I was a jerk. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, when you take away all the trappings of ungodly wealth, I'm just a guy who likes to make things. None of my friends were into this stuff. I was the only kid who saw beauty in exhaust manifolds, who spent hours poring over the guts of a microprocessor. That's all I want here, to make things with friends. As long as that's still an option.
That's the whole idea behind this? Okay, here's how we make this work. Tony Stark, CEO, is banned from shop class.
But making things, Tony? The guy we're talking to right now? He can stay.
That's more than fair.
Glad that's over with. Feuding with Tony Stark is not an achievement I care to unlock. So, how about we make something new? We don't have much on this saber-tooth guy, but we know he's incredibly dangerous. He's also somewhat predictable.
In what way?
When it comes to a fight, he's extremely aggressive. Our ideas take advantage of that.
What have you cooked up?
The initial prototype uses a tailored pheromone to keep him away. It provokes an intense revulsion we hope will blunt his attacks.
Like a foul scent used to keep animals at bay?
Well put. Our other prototype is... well, we kept it simple. It's part sedative and part itching powder.
To trip him up with a thorn in his paw.
A very distracting thorn at that. I finally have a use for the components you handed me. You ready to put this one to bed?
Just a moment.
No rush.
Well, that was less painful than expected. Thanks for coming, Hunter.
Alien thumbs up.
Clear the air.
Hand purple blue piece.
Shop class, huh? I thought his suit had the thicker skull.
I did not think Tony was capable of an apology.
Oh, if he wasn't, I figured the Avengers would have kicked him out years ago. I'll let you get to it. Parker can't wait to dive in.
You ready to put this one to bed?
I am ready.
Look, I don't want to brag, but I think this is our best work. Yeah, I know, blah blah, teamwork, blah blah blah, but still, it's impressive what we can do when we all work together.
Parker's creative drive is amazing. Seeing how he tackles a problem gives me ideas of my own. And Robbie has the right intuition when it comes to putting these prototypes together. I thought he was being overcautious, but that's a crafter's care. Wish I'd seen it earlier.
I think that was our best work. Everyone did their part. I'm ready to call it a night. How about you?
I am ready to go. Good girl, Charlie.
I miss my students back at the school, but we'll be reunited soon.
You have not set anything on fire today, have you?
What's shaking, Bacon?
Want to talk this lifestyle of ours, you know, hunting the forces of darkness. How do you like it?
I'm not sure like is the proper word, but it has got some unique challenges. For instance, a perk are the allies and friends we meet.
Glad you said that. There are too many lone wolves out there. It's good to rely on others every once in a while.
But when we must go at it alone, it is best to have an impressive arsenal like yours.
I've spent decades experimenting and putting it together. Any of them interest you?
Ever improvised a weapon? And I'm not talking snapping a broomstick in two.
In our line of work, everybody gets caught off guard at some point. And don't dismiss broomsticks. They make great stakes. But the weapon I'm most proud of was a sword made of paper.
How does that work?
I took a book of spells, don't remember which one, and made a paper-mache sword out of the pages. And it held up. Love that thing. Being good at what we do ain't all about the gear or our ability to improvise. It's about why we do it. You got a good understanding of the why, and the how falls right into place.
My reasons are very complicated.
If they were simple, I'd be worried about you, Hunter.
I am fascinated by your worldview.
You sure know how to make a merc feel special.
Hunter, hello.
This is definitely the coziest war room I've ever been in. Quiet, too. What's the latest intel? Guess it won't take long. And Hydra rears its ugly head. One of them, anyway. Bye. We're ready to make a move. Sending your friends out to fight isn't the easiest choice. But we all know what we signed up for.
Me? Naturally.
Thanks, Hunter.
It's not much, but I have managed to locate a few details.
Hey, Hunter. I'll make something great out of this. Sometimes, I even impress myself. If you find more coil, send it my way.
This should be useful.
Stay out of trouble.
Time to take it to the next level.
New and improved.
Nice to get some fresh air. Ready to work?
I guess I could show you a couple of things. Good stuff. Better than modeling simulation.
Do your thing.
Was running a search for our new pal Blaze's location and
Like?
sudden this happened.
Equone credite tucri.
Latin?
Do not trust the horse Trojans. Carol, just what type of search were you running?
Person turquoise waving.
It's a message. Well, more like a bad dad joke from beyond the grave.
Howard?
His research files. Whenever there's any unauthorized access, the Trojan Horse program activates, and bingo. There's our little thief right there.
The Southwest. That cannot be a coincidence.
Tony, Did Howard do this to all his files?
Oh no, only the good stuff. The really juicy stuff.
How juicy?
Well, I'll give you 2 guesses, but you'll only need one. A big green one. Gotta admit, I'm super curious to find out what Bruce has been digging up in the old files.
And how Lilith plans to use it against us.
I'll do everything in my power to make sure Banner remains unharmed.
Yes?
Find out what Banner is searching for in the Stark files, then get back here.
We got this, Sarah. I know how to handle Bruce.
He's fallen under Lilith's power. He's no longer the same man you knew.
Yeah, he's a little more exciting now.
Stark, wait! We don't know what he's planning.
Hesitated with Bruce before and it cost us. Don't worry. This time I've accounted for...
And if these results are correct, it changes everything.
You knowingly triggered that Trojan horse, didn't you?
I did.
Another trap, Bruce? Huh. I'm disappointed.
No trap, Tony. An invitation.
To what? Join Queen Demon and the creepy crew? If anyone could fight her off, I'd have thought it'd be you.
And why would I ever want to do that? She values me, not the monster you all seem so fixated with. Together, we will shatter the limitations of what you refer to as magic and science. But don't take my word on it. My Gamma Accelerator is only the first step. We stand on the precipice of true
Yeah, heard that one before. Usually when Pops was ready to kick off a new arms race.
Save your phony disgust for the cameras. We both know you're interested. I want you to finish Howard's work.
Uh-huh.
With me.
Of course.
Together we will fulfill your father's destiny.
Yep.
And bask in the glory of the Dark Mother.
And there it is. Well, Bruce, I can see how well this whole Lilith thing is working out for you, but the problem is, I already have a team. And while I appreciate the generous offer, we're gonna take back my father's data, and then kick your evil ass.
You misunderstand me, Tony. I wasn't asking.
Dr. Banner was kind enough to alert Hydra's forces to your presence. If you ever wanted to show off your elite hacking skills, now would be the time, Mr. Stark.
Me? Show off? What would ever give you that idea? And didn't I tell you to call me Tony?
Just hack the computer before they smash it, please, Tony.
See, that wasn't so hard.
go. I hope this is one of the stronger arms. You did come all the way here for a fight. This won't end well for you. The light shines on the most dutiful. Lilith doesn't care about you. I hope you realize that in time.
I'm saving my energy so we need it. I heard Lilith is kind of hot. Any of you dorks make a move yet? good insurance.
For the mother. I am the mother.
We're not quite ready to give up just yet.
You really are a terrible salesman, Bruce. At least butter me up before you attack my deservedly huge ego.
Prepare yourself.
Fair enough.
Let us see if they have an answer for this.
Now you've done it.
You waste precious time. For Hydra!
Another round of warm bodies coming in.
From the rift, her blessing emerges.
That facility is teeming with Hydra reinforcements. Anything you can do to expedite the process.
Look, you can't just smash the keyboard and wait for a bunch of algebraic equations to fly off the screen. This isn't some 90s movie.
credit where credit is due, Stark knows his technology.
Got it.
Why can it never be easy with you?
Just lucky, I guess.
Tony, wait! We have what we came for. There's no reason to... follow him.
I tried to reason with you, Tony, but you were never going to listen. Just like Mother said.
Oh, crap.
It's too beautiful, too painful for words. So I'll show you. Yes, of course.
Okay, then you were right.
Oh, and Tony, this was the trap.
Holy mother of... Is it me, or are these things just getting bigger? Look at the forehead on that thing.
I would be more concerned about the maze.
Oh, I was getting to that. I just can't pull my eyes away from that massive brain case of hers.
I'm glad you're in good spirits, but the Dread Maiden is no laughing matter.
We will erase the very memory of that. Just like old times. Servants of Lilith. You were too weak for this fight.
You just got knocked the you know the rest.
Battle.
Don't mind if I do.
Your future lies in the abyss. I will not be defeated.
I've not What's shaking their confidence?
She's going to try summoning reinforcements unless you can disable her first.
Sure, maybe we'll just take a few swipes at her kneecaps.
A gift from ancient traditions.
The advantage is mine.
Here we go.
Impressive.
Been saving this for a special occasion.
Wonders of modern technology.
Getting it done. This should help a little. Back me up here.
You had my complete confidence.
I fear no end.
This is gonna be good.
Try that more often.
Let me...
That should help.
We haven't quite broken their spirit.
I am still the prize. Lilith has made this dread maiden in her own twisted image.
Interesting interpretation. I would have guessed it was something out of Giger's sketchbooks.
Their time is short.
I know what my
future.
Now there's the hunter I've been hearing about.
Watch closely. This should aid me in my fight.
My fate is no different from yours. That will not distract me. I fear no end.
I wasn't sure how you'd fare against her, but the Dread Maiden was no match for you.
What'd you call that thing again?
Dread Maiden.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I think I lost myself there for a second. I should have listened to you. I'm sorry about that.
He that starts out on a quest for vengeance.
This work, this discovery, will have ramifications for generations to come. Think my own son, Tony.
Better not miss. Every time it seems like I finally put my family issues behind me, someone has to go and pick at the scar.
Is this about what Banner found in your father's files?
Bingo. Let's just say your mom and my dad would have made a real cute couple. In hell.
At least you managed to grab whatever Banner was after.
Tiny victory, I guess. But I don't think Banner or his puppet master are going to give up that easily. Especially knowing what kind of stuff my father had in those files.
Perhaps I should know more about him. Your father, that is.
Some kids' dads had hobbies like collecting coins or stamps. Mine collected Defense Department contracts. And on the rare occasions when he wasn't off trying to build a better bomb, he was yelling at me.
Over what?
Over everything!
So Banner wants one of your father's bombs.
No, it's worse than that. Howard had an avid interest in gamma radiation. That's the thing that puts the Hulk in Hulk. He always talked of constructing a gamma accelerator, an unbelievably powerful piece of machinery. If that's what Banner's after, we could be in a world of hurt.
For our sake, I hope you are wrong about this.
Hey, me too. Unfortunately, the curse of my genius is that I'm never wrong. Ever.
If it helps, we could go through the files together and strategize.
I appreciate the offer, Hunter, but right now I just need to get out of this suit and put my thoughts together.
Time for book club. You coming?
Meet you there.
Let's get moving. Kinda miss the simplicity of vampire slaying.
Yeah?
Welcome to book club.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize Steve knew the author. I really should have read this when he first asked.
Hell's mustering all its machinations to thwart us at every turn. If you haven't already, you should welcome Logan. Ready to kick this off?
I am ready.
Before we start, I want to welcome Logan to the book club. What did you think of the book?
I didn't read it.
Okay then, guess I'll start. Steve, I really enjoyed this book.
What stood out to you?
I know people have different approaches to leading others, but I never considered what drives them to do so. Take Custer. He led from the front and was mostly loved by his troops, but his drive for personal glory affected every choice he made. Eventually, Custer picked a fight he couldn't handle. His recklessness led to the death of himself and every soldier he commanded.
His mistake was making decisions to elevate his own standing instead of his troops.
Makes sense. The better they do, the more he gets credit for leading them to victory. I think the biggest lesson, beyond don't be Custer, is that an outsized ego is a double-edged sword for a leader.
Also, you can't just get through life with a pretty face.
I thought you didn't read the book.
I didn't, but I picked things up from context.
I learned more about George Washington from this book than anything I was taught in school.
Yeah, that surprised me as well.
Before this, I associated him with statues, paintings, and the dustiest parts of American history. But here we see a military leader whose personal ambition was the victory of his army. He was clear-eyed about his goals and knew how to get out of his own way. Washington led from the top, though he kept counsel with various advisors. Once he made a decision, he expected his subordinates to follow his orders.
This George Washington reminds me of you.
You'd better not say it's the hair.
No, you keep counsel at Central. Once you make up your mind, you assign missions to the rest of us.
Huh. Leads like George Washington. I'll take it. More than anyone else in the book, Washington believed true leadership is a contract bestowed upon you by those whom you lead.
And that's where the book gets its title?
Right. The mantle of authority. It's something that augments you.
Which brings us to our final profile.
We really don't have to do this one.
And now I'm interested.
Steve, how long have you bugged me to read this?
Not because of the chapter on me. You all know General Phillips selected me for the Super Soldier program. For a time, he commanded me in the field, and that's why my profile is in the book. He was kind to say I led by example. Maybe that's how it used to be. But the Avengers isn't a military organization. If I gave Tony an order, he'd laugh in my face. To get anything done, I need the group's consensus. I can't give pretty speeches about the need to sacrifice. I have to show that putting in the effort today will make a better tomorrow.
You could order me a pizza.
Nope, we're too far from New York City.
That is a shame. Pizza could build consensus.
You're not wrong. That's how I used to get the Hulk on board. But I find little enjoyment in talking about myself, so yeah, let's end it here.
All right, we'll call it here. Next month is... Hunter, do you have any books to suggest?
None from the past few centuries.
Then Logan could pick the next one.
Sure. The Adventures of Crash Morgan number 5, The Last Queen of Deimos.
What is that exactly?
It's about a space explorer with a ray gun, a jetpack, and a fishbowl helmet. Travels through space with a robot dog. They get in wacky adventures.
That's a classic. A buddy of mine had that in basic.
I'm always up for space nonsense.
I'm not, but that's the book. I'll give it a shot.
I'm not sure why Logan joined book club if he's not going to read the books.
You are not required to do so.
Come on, it's the principle.
I'm actually surprised Steve recommended this book.
Why?
Steve can take a compliment, but he's uncomfortable with praise, especially from someone he respects.
What did you think?
Well, the punch is decent. But there should have been a bigger spread.
What I meant, what did you think about book club?
I just told you. Thumbs up for punch, thumbs down for snacks.
You made short work of that deep hell abomination. Well, at least Logan showed up.
You did not think he would.
I wasn't sure he'd be into book club, and I don't know what to expect from that book of his.
It sounds like one of Nico's movies.
She does know how to pick 'em.
Nico has given me an appreciation for... I think it is called schlock?
Not you, too. I'm the only Midnight Sun who can't stand that garbage?
Seems that way.
Guess I'll be skipping future movie nights.
Coward.
You're lucky there's no fighting in book club. Anyway, on your way out?
Yeah, I am done.
Righteous.
Tony Stark's father had a secret trove of gamma research that Bruce Banner stole from under our noses. That stings me, and I'm not even an Avenger. Robbie and I are gonna play Valor's Edge until duty calls.
How are you, Peter?
Better than the world out there. I've been watching this for hours, hoping to get a glimpse of the neighborhood, see how it's holding up through all this. But I guess Queens is not important enough for the news media to cover.
How is your Aunt May faring? Any word from her?
Thanks for asking, Hunter, but no.
That must be stressful for you.
It really is. I've been trying to reach her on her cell all day today, and the signal keeps dropping. I'm guessing that big hole in the New York atmosphere is interfering with her cellular network. Sometimes I feel like I should be there with her, to protect the neighborhood. But I know you need me here.
We cannot afford to lose you, Peter. You are an invaluable member of the team.
Well, you've certainly made me feel like I belong here. I just don't want to get swept up with the glamour of Abbey life and forget where I came from, you know? Oh, looks like I just got a message.
From your Aunt May?
No, MJ. She said Aunt May is staying with her. What a relief.
You should call them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Thanks for checking in on me, Hunter. If Lilith mindjacks me, she's gonna be surprised how much of it is taken up by movie trivia and web fluid formulas.
I'm concerned about the integrity of several of our Abbey guests, particularly whether they're susceptible to my sister's dark whims.
It's your move, Tony. Move for me. I can't move for you. That
That is something.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother, Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including Chthon, the path towards their own corruption.
Some for the rest of us. They cannot possibly match your strength. No mercy for the servants. Let us see if they have an answer for this. I am impressed. Bad side.
I don't think we'll be seeing any Serpent Men, but in his heyday, Set created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. He seemed to have an unusual fascination with various reptile species.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. Behold the light's gift! Now that was something. Suffer for that.
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the now corrupt Set descended upon the Earth, he used the prevailing reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
I can handle it. You were too weak for this fight. You have earned this. Your mother abandoned you. Your time has come. Feel my call.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when autumn came to destroy Set, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years and drove them to extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
Gods. Cannot possibly match your strength.
wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
This looks like a
Set is a temperamental god. Set is in good humor today. The Father of Serpents is smiling. Curious. Autumn does not answer. Nothing can stand in his way. Set revels in his blessing. Set regards no obstacles. He sees our path. Set regards no obstacles. The son of Gaia approves. Final resting place of Yelena Nikovic.
She was accused of sorcery as a child and left to fend for herself. A familiar story. Autumn thinks otherwise. He does not seem interested in breaking that.
Break the wall, Hunter. I will be right here. After.
The Father of Serpents is smiling.
Set revels in his blessing. There is only so much Hippus can do.
Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
Have you been following me?
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Oshter?
I always respected Oshter, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn, but she was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Chthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
No. There is clearly more to our story.
I'm glad you already see that. It will make this easier.
The actual truth.
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden. This was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand, given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, the good doctor.
When he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father...
And purple blue piece, hey yo.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child. Straight from the Great Shadow himself, Chthon. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him. Reborn as the mother of demons.
She gave herself to Chthon. For me.
You were her only child, and she loved you more than anything else in this world. In her mind, it was no sacrifice at all. You were all that mattered.
And you still let me believe she was a monster.
For your protection, I only let you see her as she is now.
But what she became...
What she became, I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out?
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so I struck, drove her from the Abbey, from you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now. I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
You were trying to protect me. As you always do.
You've made this easier on me than it should be, kiddo. But I can't say I'm not glad that you still believe in me.
We can only move forward from here. We've spent enough time wading through the past.
You'll get no argument from me there. All this gamma exposure and corruption isn't good for you and your collar. Lilith's sway runs deep. I know you feel it, Hunter. Today, she reaches out across the world, seeking more. Seeking you. But within these walls, we can hold her at bay for now.
I hadn't intended on eavesdropping, dear, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Sarah.
Did you know about my mother?
Sarah was never any more forthcoming about Lilith with me than she has been with you. She must have felt it was safer to keep both of us in the dark.
She made the right decision.
I like to think so. Although I'm not sure Wanda will feel the same, after what she's been through.
And to say nothing of what this did to you?
It may sound ridiculous, but if someone had to end up this way, I'm glad it was me. Can you imagine what a nightmare Sarah would be as a poltergeist?
That is true. We may have had another terror stalking the grounds had things gone differently.
And despite everything, I have to say, I'm glad we were able to spend this bit of extra time together, Hunter.
I enjoyed it too, Agatha.
I'm glad, dear. But there are still more secrets to discover, if you're interested.
More still? How will I know where to find them?
Oh, I'd say some combination of dumb luck and persistence? But in all seriousness, with Set's blessing, you'll be able to break down all sorts of things, I imagine. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just have fun, dear.
Mother.
Set is in good humor today. Nothing can stand in his way. The Father of Serpents is smiling. Charlie would not have done this, but someone or something dug up this grave. Intriguing. Autumn be praised. Set revels in his blessing. Autumn reveals all. Set regards no obstacles. Autumn must not see it that way. Set is in good humor today. Nothing can stand in his way. Set is in good humor today. The Father of Serpents is smiling. Clever. I wonder if there are more rings nearby. There must not be anything here. Autumn, show me the way. Cantankerous, these fairies. All will be restored. make a respectable offer. Almost as if it were meant to be. It seems my offering was accepted.
BRB unfill/refill time.
What is this? Fascinating. That is something. Interesting. That looks good. Very nice. I wonder who painted this.
Sarah will like that. I have always liked this one.
The Midnight Suns have always had it, but our Avengers editions are showing up.
Stark's father studied Gamma. I wish On that note, I also wish Lilith would stop summoning nightmare fuel.
Hey.
It's always good to see you.
Ah, I see.
When that thing clawed her way into our lives, I got a little scared. But just a little.
I'm trying a new workout routine. The more I burn off, the more I get to eat.
Hunter, may I ask for your assistance? I appreciate your honesty.
Pale skin goes with everything, but black is best.
It's a simple question.
I mean... maybe?
Maybe how? Maybe you did see a stolen piece of one-of-a-kind gamma tech at the mysterious creepy lab?
It is possible.
We were busy.
Yeah, trying to save our friend. The one you all abandoned.
No. The one we are all trying to save, along with the rest of the planet.
Banner's accelerator.
Now this from the person who saw their first light bulb a few weeks ago.
And we're done here.
What if I were to tell you that theoretically, we could use the accelerator to destroy the Parchment of Power?
I would say, theoretically, that without the Parchment of Power...
the prophecy could not come to pass.
But that is impossible.
Agreed.
This from the wizard with the talking cape, the resurrected demon hunter, the blood witch, and the queen of limbo? I'm the most boring person here.
There might be a way to return to that facility. You never told me that. My sword retains a memory of every portal I open, but... it is better if I show you. Each time I try to reach it, something pushes back. Like I've hit a wall.
Wall? More like pure...
evil.
A demonic energy barrier. Unlike any I felt before.
Bruce. No matter what we do, he's always one step ahead of us. And to think, he used to be the boring one.
There has to be a way through, and we have to find it.
Try explaining that to Auntie Caretaker. She just read me the riot act about putting you in danger.
You worry about the barrier. I will handle Sarah.
I should charge you for this.
If we had some rookies, I'd say send them out for the experience. But I think we're past that.
It's a deadly field trip.
stay out of trouble.
A force field like that, powered by demonic energy, would be impassable for nearly everyone.
Nearly?
Well, the magic that created that force field was the darkest kind. Not unlike the dark energies within you.
Banner threw up a barrier to stop us, and you think he just forgot about me? I doubt it is as simple as me walking right through.
I didn't say it would be simple, but it would definitely be an advantage.
So what do you suggest? I go up and try to walk through the barrier?
Not yet. You will need protection.
Some sort of armor?
I don't want to say too much until I've consulted the library. We will talk soon. That barrier is not as insurmountable as it seems.
Big plans are in motion, Hunter. Everything seemed kind of hopeless until I started poking through Dad's old files, and then bingo. The old man delivered.
The man you hated.
Gives us our biggest ace in the hole. I know, the irony is not lost on me.
I guess the only way to know if this'll work is to try it.
That's the spirit. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I always say. The original intention of the Gamma Accelerator was to supercharge gamma radiation. It could make a Hulk smash into a Hulk obliterate.
I see where this is going.
And who says Hulk gets all the fun? It would take just a few modifications to make it into a very potent weapon. To be honest, I think that's kind of true of everything my dad created.
So the lab
is on our to-do list, but right now we have something more pressing.
We need to get our hands on the Parchment of Power.
And to do that, we need Johnny Blaze to play ball. This is a good plan. I know it.
It's not much, but I have managed to locate a few details. What have you brought me today? I have to put some thought into this. You may have stumbled onto something important here.
Got more coil for me? If this... Let me do my... Sometimes, I even impress myself. Later.
This should be useful. This will do nicely. Always better to be prepared.
And so I said, "Get your hand off that lady's purse, or I'll eat your spleen."
That is one way to take care of a situation. What happened next?
Well, I went home hungry that night.
Threatening to eat an organ is an interesting ruse. I respect your tactics.
What do you mean, ruse? I was hungry.
You actually wanted to eat this person?
Now, don't worry, I've changed. But you don't get teeth like mine by chomping on salads all day.
Is it hard to have a symbiote constantly affecting your emotions?
Actually, my symbiote often keeps me grounded. Its emotions certainly influence mine, but it never makes me do anything I don't want.
So you thought that haircut was a good idea?
What's wrong with my haircut?
It is more dated than I am.
Ah, vintage, eh? I like it. Do you have another? I don't want to lose this. Well, we came, we saw, we did a thing.
You appear to have something on your mind, Hunter. You obviously have something to say, so please say it. And make it quick. We don't have a lot of time.
We need to go back to the Hydra lab Banner was using. We need...
I don't need to hear any more. The answer is no.
Caretaker, please. It is possible we could use the Stark Gamma Accelerator there to destroy the Parchment of Power.
Oh, in that case, let me make my displeasure clearer. There is no way in hell I'm letting any of you go back to that lab, especially you. My job is to keep you alive, and that's what I intend to do. This is the last I want to hear of such an ill-advised plan. When I said you needed to work better as a team last night, I didn't mean you needed to work better to come up with absurd ideas.
I thought I was the leader of this team now. If I am the leader, then maybe I should have the room to actually lead. And right now, I need to lead the team to retrieve the Gamma Accelerator.
I see.
Good.
If you're feeling productive, maybe gather the team and use their collective resolve to stop the days from marching forward. It seems time is one of our enemies as well now.
Could we change the name of the group to the Midnight Moons? I'm not a fan of the sun.
So what did Caretaker say to Stark's big plan?
Well, out with it. What did Caretaker say when you proposed breaking back into Big Bad Banner's lab to retrieve Stark's Gamma
Accelerator.
Yes, that. I cannot imagine it went well. Not well at all.
It is not like she can stop us.
Look who's fully embracing their inner rebel hunter. Be careful. Soon you will be on Caretaker's naughty list, like the rest of us.
I wish I had time to be nice, but I do not.
No, none of us do. I wish she would trust us, so we wouldn't have to go sneaking around behind her back. We deserve that, you know, to be trusted.
The only person you need to trust in this world is yourself.
And Nico, Blade, Robbie, and now, you.
You trust me, Ilyana.
That's a stupid question. I trust you almost as much as I trust Wanda. That's why it's imperative for you to convince Caretaker that going back to Banner's lab is in the best interest of the entire team.
You think we will encounter Wanda there?
I know we will. Now hurry along and figure out a way to make it happen. We're counting on you.
Ready to work?
Constant innovation. That's the Stark promise.
Hydra won't want to tussle with me now.
Caretaker said I need to be a team player. So I guess I'm letting you choose for me too.
New and improved.
I feel stronger already.
I'm ready when you... I'm up for a challenge. Just remember the most important, there are no rules.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
They do not stand a chance. Maybe I should be flattered.
Get to the truck to grab those artifacts before they roll out.
Not a problem.
Let's do this. They're mine. It sounds to me like they just missed their mama. Watch close.
Now that was something.
Ready. thought Man-Thing was ugly. Come here. Got an artifact. You asked for it. Someone get me out of here! Give the mother my regards in hell. Generous. For Hydra! For Hydra! Arc Delta responding!
You've not lost interest. You seem to be fixated on me.
The artifacts are secure, but why don't you teach Hydra a lesson while you're there?
You are out of your league.
I'm impressed.
I'd say that was a very successful outing. Good work.
my god, Robbie, why are you so pumped about meeting Blaze? Word on the street is the dude's a major a-hole.
Oh, come on. He's the original spirit of vengeance and, like, my personal hero.
Almost as lame as Hank Pym being your hero.
Who's that?
An annoying, outdated boomer. Just like your boy Blaze.
Blaze is not a boomer.
Whatever, Robbie. Fanboy all you want. Go get yourself an autograph for all I care. Just don't tell me I didn't warn you.
Hey, Charlie Warley puppy face.
You're an only child, aren't you?
Yes.
I guess you'd have to be. Caretaker used to tell us about Lilith's child, not Lilith's firstborn.
It would be a better world if Lilith had no children.
Hey, don't say that.
I mean that she chose corruption to save my life. Without me, none of what is happening would be happening.
Oh, wow. That's, rough to carry with you. For what it's worth, I'm glad to have you around.
Thanks, Robbie.
It always strikes me how our families define so much about us. I wouldn't be who I am without my little brother. With my parents gone, I had to grow up fast, pay the bills, keep my grades up, and provide for Gabe, no matter what.
It must be difficult to be apart. You can go if you need to. We will not think less of you.
No, it's fine. He's staying with a family friend.
You keep in touch with him, don't you?
Yeah, I try to call him every day. He's healthy, happy, and safe. It's not easy to find that balance, but you have to do it. Without family, you lose a part of yourself. We set a new bar. Hunter, I have a feeling we're gonna go on lots of adventures together. Don't feel bad, Hunter. I'm just the best video game player ever. Oh my gosh, I should livestream in Ghost Rider form. Oh my god, I could break the internet.
That felt good. Needed that.
We're gonna need a new training dummy. You ended that one's career.
Sorry to bust up your equipment. Training at night always gets me in the zone.
I'm the same. Night Stalker, all the way. Gives me a chance to let go. Be myself without worrying what others might think.
Bub, I don't even know what myself is anymore. Butchers at Weapon X threw my mind into a blender. wanted to erase the man to unleash the pure beast. They got what they wanted, and then some. Charles has been trying to help me put the pieces back ever since. I'm not even sure I want to remember it all.
A vampire fed on my mother during my birth. For whatever reason, her face at that moment was burned into my mind. It was the same one I saw years later when I had to put her down.
We better order a lot more training dummies.
Watch yourself, Hunter. This night is darker than most.
Why? Is there a danger I am not seeing?
You're looking right at it. Lilith's darkness is testing me, Hunter. Her power is growing and mine along with it. I won't lie. I like feeling this strong. I like it a little too much. Surely you felt it too.
I feel my mother's call to darkness sometimes, too. And her voice, it is getting stronger.
In what way?
She visits me in my dreams, talks to me.
About what?
Returning to her, of course.
That's messed up. I don't know how you manage her head games, being your mother and all.
I do not know either, but Lilith has never been maternal. She cares only for the darker things, and the power they can give her. It is no surprise her darkness is fueling you.
I'm doing my best to keep the blood-sucking beast in me at bay, but it's getting harder and harder each night. And I'll be honest, it pisses me off. You know how much I like to be in control.
You are not in this alone. Do not forget what your teammates are for. If you cannot handle it, turn to one of us. Just do not eat your friends.
I'd laugh, but smiling is not my style.
Neither is taking a friend, so just take care of yourself, all right?
I'm working on it.
You know, sometimes I have found all you need is a good night's sleep. It does wonders for my outlook.
Good nights, bad nights. I really don't sleep. It's not my thing. I'll be awake for a long time tonight. If you're not busy, we could sit a while. It would be nice to catch up. I could use the company.
And what would you like to talk about?
Whatever you want.
Are you curious about the Fallen? Do you think we can bring them back?
I wonder. They look terrible on the outside. I can't imagine they look any better on the inside. But I don't want to think those things about Wanda, so I really don't think about it at all.
Lilith's evil goes deep. It corrupts to the core.
Like I said, I'd rather think about other things.
Do you think the Suns will ever pull it together as a team?
A team's only as good as its leader. Maybe that leader is you.
Seeing you and Logan bonding through training makes my heart glad.
Logan's a good sparring partner. He doesn't hold back. Wouldn't mind having some of his carefree attitude, but not enough to lose my edge.
There is a lot more to Logan than it appears at first.
I know he's got his dark side. He's just better at showing it off.
While we are talking about Lilith, is there anything she might be able to use against you?
You mean leverage?
Lilith looks for weaknesses as a way to get into your mind. I need to know about yours.
I knew a woman once, Gloriana. We traveled the world together, slaughtering vampires and making love. Good times. We were in London and got word of a master vampire on the loose. My big ego told me I could kill him as easy as the others. I was wrong. I nearly got myself killed. And because of that mistake, I left him an opening to turn Glory into one of his kind. The woman I loved became the thing I hate. I'll spare you the rest of the details.
It is okay. I understand the emotions. Love turning to hate resonates with me well. This seems like a good time to train with Carol. Why not?
Logan's here.
No, I mean if you have feelings for her, you should...
I said Logan's here.
Ah, right. I understand. The night is only getting darker, and I am getting tired.
Then sleep?
You are not going to hit the coffin too. It is going to be an early morning.
I don't know what it is with you and coffins. If you're not busy, we could sit a while. It would be nice to... I could.
And what?
Whatever.
The night... You...
I ain't much of a conversationalist. More of a fighter.
Like bro. Person turquoise waving.
Only so many places a guy with a flaming skull on a motorcycle could be. I've got multiple satellites in orbit right now that can locate him.
Blaze isn't some regular guy. If he doesn't want to be found, I suspect he won't be found. Tony could blot out the sky with the number of satellites he could launch to hunt for Blaze, and I don't think it would do any good. Meanwhile, the greatest help we could have asked for came from this mysterious demon locked away in these flames for all eternity. Demons are, by definition, evil, yet this one seems to want to help. And I'm inclined to trust it.
No one in this abbey understands the ways of demons more than you. If you think the demon has valuable advice, then I trust you.
Your confidence in me continues to be a boon, Hunter. I hope one day I can return your faith in me.
So, Robbie...
is very definitely the key to finding Blaze. How do we make that happen? I think Stark and I have our work cut out for us. Tony and I need to put our heads together. We should have something soon.
We're protecting the innocents out there, Hunter.
Great dub, Hunter. Every little victory gets you a gold star. Robbie won't let me use the TV because of the movies I watch.
Hello, my sweet girl. That looks good. Very nice.
Time for some munchies. Thanks for the watchies. Have a schmckin' Sunday. Happy trails. Text green game over.